All right, Chris, you can call us to order. So,
I'd like to call the meeting to order.
I second it.
there we go. We don't need that, but we do need to look at the minutes. So Wednesdays from the Thursday, June 16th meeting, I put them up on the screen if there's any changes or additions. Otherwise, Chris, we could take a motion to approve.
Yeah, I motion to approve.
Chris, we need a second then.
I'll second.
Josh?
Thank you, sir.
Chris, you can just call for a vote. I'm assuming all are going to be in favor, but we should do that.
Let's call for a vote. All those in favor, say aye.
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 All those opposed, say nay. All right, approved.
That's always good. All right, so we have no visitor comments, Mr. Chairman, so we can move right into old business, which I will turn it over to you for pickleball feedback, since you were the host extraordinaire, and then we can go around the table, I think is the best way to go about it, so.
It actually went off without a hitch. I cannot believe it. Allison helped out so much. I cannot thank you enough, Allison. Thank you and your sister. The mayor came by and spent some time with us too. I think it was people were asking, are we going to do it next year? Will it be bigger? Can I play too? So as long as the city allows us and the streets hold out, we're going to try to pull it off again next year and make it a little bit bigger and a little bit more organized and kind of learn from what we didn't do as well this year that we could do better next year. But we're going to raise $10,000 to $15,000 for the Mighty Oaks. And I think a lot of the vendors, even the new ones like Webster Dry Goods, did fairly well in the vendor village. So they were very happy with kind of the outcome of what happened.
My jewelry friend was happy,
That's awesome.
even without the square working. She did well.
Yeah, that was crazy. I felt bad for her. Fran, I saw you walking in. I think I was at the petting zoo when you walked by. So I don't know if you enjoyed it or not.
Yeah, no, I love the energy. It was hopping.
We had a beautiful day for it.
Yeah, oh my gosh, yes.
Eric, did you make it by there and I didn't see you?
I did not. I ended up with other crises of the day, but no one called me and no one from the police or fire department called me. So that's a win in my book, but I'm glad we figured out things there at the end and got all the stuff. And the city has no problem. In fact, it's a lot easier the second year around because we understand what the look and feel is going to be like. So, but if there are things as you examine from a city side, if you need more trash cans, other considerations, things like that, let us know. And, we can build those in as we look at next year.
I actually had no idea the city was going to help out that much with all the equipment, taking out trash. I didn't expect any trash cans. I didn't expect anything. And it was really awesome that the city stepped in and did a lot of that. Thank you.
Yeah, so we have those for events, and I know you didn't technically ask for one, but then we thought, we're gonna have a lot of people in the street. We don't want to have our own mess to clean up, so let's make sure to put some trash cans in, and add them into the mix.
And just so you know, we would assume responsibility for
I know.
trash cleanup. Okay.
Yeah, it's more of just like the sanitation moment. You're just like, we don't want to be the forget that. So it's like, it's easy to send 5 or 10 whatever, how many we sent down, get them out there and pick them up. So
No, it was awesome. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate it.
it's the joy of when this group agreed to sponsor it. You get all that from us for free. We don't have to charge you. So
All right. What was next on the list?
so the next Heidi is here, so I guess I can turn it back to Madam Chair, but we're on the streetscape update.
Okay, sounds great.
My brief update is we expect the grant to be approved on August 31st. There were no public comments received in anything negative about our grant application during that period. And so the recommendation from the board is fully expected to be approved again, August 31st at the East-West Gateway. And then we will be preparing either a joint press release or a press release from the city, thanking the county and East-West Gateway. So Heidi, I might be reaching out to you, as involved in the district and as chair of the district to be a part of that. So you may hear from Jenny Stark here. So.
Okay.
I think that's all I have, Madam Chair, unless there's questions.
I don't have any questions. Does anybody have any questions?
Oh, Eric, what was the final budget for the whole setup? What was the money that was approved?
You're talking about city or the grant?
Both of them together. What's the whole project cost?
I think it's 1.8, I believe.
Okay.
195,000 for the whole.
Yeah,
thing?
I'll double check the numbers and send it out to everyone. So I don't want to give you the wrong quote, but it's well above 1.5. So
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
But less than two.
less than 2. Yeah.
Floor or vice versa, it's probably about second floor, for its basement, that's probably what it is. Or one room is colder than the other room, or maybe you have a room addition, and the heat or the air is not being.
Okay. 1 point.
Party line?
Heidi, is that your mic coming through there? Probably.
Someone talking about a room addition?
I'm not, I don't, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
We hear somebody else.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah, there's nobody here. Let me make sure this computer isn't trying to pick up now. Hang on.
Julie, will you go on mute for 1 second?
Yes. Let's see.
No, I still don't think this other computer has audio, so.
Okay.
I think it was in the background of Julie's.
It's all good. We're set to go now, Madam Chair. So
Okay.
vacancies in the meeting schedule are next, which I think are probably the bulk of conversation
Right.
under old business. So we generally, we know we have 1 vacancy. I don't expect, given the schedule, and this is why we're sort of blending that conversation to really we'll probably have 2. I don't know that Kelly's going to be able to maintain the 8 o'clock meetings and such. So,
Right.
So put it back to you all with that conversation if more changes are needed, and also how recruitment we can help.
So have we determined whether Kelly's going to be able to make it or not? It's my understanding that she can't now. Is that correct?
It's my understanding too.
Okay, so we actually have 2 vacancies then?
We have 1 official. We have not taken Kelly off the roster, but of
Okay.
course, at some point, the absences will accumulate and then we're required by ordinance to vacate.
Okay. All right, I'll try to talk to her too. Chris, have you been able to reach out to anybody in the district that you were talking to or follow up with them? I know you were super busy with the pickleball stuff, but
No, I had not, and I apologize. I'll follow up on that.
no
I
worries.
just tried to convince Ann again, but that didn't go very well.
So, Madam Chair and members, we talked about a lot of the districts some of the districts, but not all of them have this little caveat that allows an employee to be a member of the commission. I fully expect the city council to be changing the ordinance for all 3 business districts to standardize that, because we're bumping into that, especially with, larger corporate owned entities in some areas. You think of Schnucks, right? I mean, technically
Right.
Schnucks, even the store manager at Schnucks couldn't be a part of your district under the way the ordinance is written right now, even though they operate, the business in the district. So we're changing that to allow that possibility. So if you want to look at that in that universe of people, you certainly can as well.
Okay, because I know we used to have a representative from Schnucks on the board.
Yeah. I'm sure we've played fast and loose with those rules, but in the effort to try to follow the rules and, the council's looking carefully at that, like, what have we, if it's not a good rule, let's change the rule to be what it should be. So, that we can, conform to those things.
Great.
So I'm just the neighborhood representative. I just live in the neighborhood. I don't
That's
own a
fine.
business. I don't own a business there.
But you're a property owner, so you're welcome to be in the realm. So
So can there be other property owners we could talk to?
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay,
The business districts ultimately are property tax driven, entity, along with the business licenses. So any property owner, residential or commercial, is always allowed.
okay.
Okay. All right, so we'll look into that. Okay, so meeting schedule is the next on the agenda.
And we have, well, obviously transitioned to third Wednesdays here at 8 AM.
Now,
So
does that
we-
still work okay for everybody? We had done that to accommodate Kelly. And so we were gonna talk about that today since we set today as the meeting. Is it better to go back to Thursday? It is, or to stay with the Wednesday? And I think Josh, what was are you good to go for a Thursday or a Wednesday?
Thursday's a little bit better for me, but I can make Wednesdays work as long as I know ahead of time what we're doing.
Okay. And everybody else, does everybody want to weigh in on that? What works for them?
I'm flexible.
Chris, I can't hear you.
Works for me, sorry.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Either one.
Okay, so if it's more convenient, Josh, to go back to Thursdays for right now, let's just go back to the third Thursday of the month if everybody else is flexible. Is that okay with you, Julie?
Yes, that Wednesdays work fine.
Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so all right, Josh, if we know ahead of time, are you able to do Wednesday?
Yeah, I'm cool with Wednesdays.
Okay, we'll do third Wednesday of the month then.
Madam Chair, as we look ahead at the end of this year, then, do you want to stick with monthly meetings through this calendar year?
So the next big thing, as I recall, but we start talking, usually we do not have a December meeting because that ends up being the third. Let's look at that date.
That's the 21st this year.
Yeah, so we will not have a December meeting. Does that sound okay with everybody?
Okay.
Yep.
And then when does that third?
You're the week before Thanksgiving.
So we
in
should be,
November.
we should be okay on that one. So
Yeah.
then we'll have monthly meetings, we'll not have December, and then we'll pick back up in January.
Yep.
Is that reasonable for everybody?
Okay, yes.
Sounds good.
So
What's
I
the-
will, for all the business districts, all the groups I work with through October, November, start sending out the draft schedule for next year. So if you
Right.
want to look at something, I'm gonna put every month on there. So you're gonna point, essentially, you tell me what to take off and where you know,
Right,
things like that. So that
Okay.
draft schedule for me is not, you have to meet. It's more of, I'm booking all your dates and you're telling me what you don't want to meet on. So.
so for right now, we'll definitely not meet in December, and we'll plan to meet in the other months until we look at the whole new year when it comes out, okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
All right, new business?
We don't have any.
Oh, wow.
We're gonna be a short meeting today, so.
I know, okay, BDC update?
So just one quick update. I will, let me get back here to the Chrome and I will share this with you all. BDC has listened, has looked at all the data that we've pulled in for things and has really heard from what we rose to the top was the need for employee attraction and really employee attraction, right? We need workers in the businesses around Webster Groves. And so the city is launching a free job board for all businesses and entities in the city. It's going to be called workinwebstergroves.com. This is our very rudimentary framework here, but essentially Heidi, I'll use your business. If you need a new dental assistant, right? You can post the job here. It's just like Indeed in that regard. We just put a city job in here to show people what it would look like. So people can come and see that and then how to apply, salary range, all those kinds of things. And then the interaction between the employee and you is between you guys, not by the city. But the point being is the city has invested $100,000 of the ARP funds into business development. And so BDC is probably going to be recommending a marketing campaign to be built around workinwebstergroves.com that will highlight that and amplify the message. So you stop and think about, Heidi, if you're, I'm using your business as an example, if you will spend at the most $1,000 in advertising, think about the collective value of $50,000 in advertising going out to say workinwebstergroves.com, and your posting is there and all the different postings across the city of Webster Groves. So completely free, voluntary. And actually, this will be announced this week. We'll be sending it out to businesses We haven't started the marketing campaign, but for businesses and that you can easily post a job. It's a quick form, boom, 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 you know, not hard at all, and send it in, and then we put it up on the website, and we'll be promoting that. So that is BDC's big operation for the year coming out of those results. So Chris, don't grin at my too badly at my web design work there. So we tried to do this cheap instead of building a whole nother website. Let's build it right on the city's infrastructure. So
Yeah, it looks good.
Great.
Good
All
job.
right. And city update?
city update, just briefly, the July, I think Heidi, you should have gotten this report from Carrie Carter on our front desk, but this is our July business report, business licenses. So this is always on our website. Here are our new businesses that did re-up, or I should say apply or reapply here in July. And then we had one closed business. So these folks have we want to make sure you're aware of that. The only real new that I'm aware, new is Webster Dry Goods. That's up in Old Webster, obviously, but that is a new, but I don't have any in Crossroads that recently. So I wanted to make you aware of that on the city side, that the business license is always available, that update. And I also wanted to just share, I think I've shared with all the business districts, we are taking a close look at business licenses. All of you are very good about paying your business licenses and being up to date. We have some folks in the city that are not so good at that. And some of that fault falls to us. Looking at our practices, we have not been as diligent to make sure that some of the fellow businesses have paid. So we're going to be going through an auditing and making sure folks are up to date on their business license, sending letters. Again, I'm not putting cease and desist letters on anyone's door, you know, and that, I mean, this is the gentle reminders and such, but we need to get people up to date and current. Those of you who have paid certainly are bearing the brunt of that and such, and other folks have not, so, and have not renewed. So we are going to edit and audit through that. We have about this number is not how many we don't think. We have 160 that we're not sure where things are at, you know, what years they're most current on. And some of that is our own internal system. So we're auditing through that to make sure that we get folks up to speed and up to date.
Good.
And I'm going to turn to Officer Razul, who's with
Where do we
us.
stand?
Sorry, Heidi, go ahead.
No, I was just wondering, where do we stand on the bagel place? Does anybody know?
Sorry.
Everybody
From the city's
everybody
perspective,
chuckles when
from the city perspective, we don't know, but we're all joyfully waiting for bagels. So
Right, so it's still the plan, right?
So I talked to them a while back, and they're hoping by October. And it's kind of turning into a bagel place and kind of a Jewish deli that will make sandwiches with the bagels too and stuff. So it's kind of growing and evolving.
Okay,
Good.
we've noticed with supply chain issues and everything, you know, new construction, renovations are just slow. I mean, that up here in Old Webster, that building by Regions Bank is, you know, sort of at a standstill for a couple months here, just waiting on certain fixtures and things to come in. That'll be so it's just nothing's, you know, jumping like that anymore. So.
okay, thanks.
No problem. Officer Razul, did you have anything? I'm sorry.
I don't have anything.
Okay. Parking's good. That's what I heard out of that.
Yep.
There's no report, so.
Okay.
Can
All
I
right,
ask
so, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Heidi one quick question? Did we not want to pull that trash can that was in front of the old Kegel Drug? It still sits there. It doesn't look like it's overflowing, so I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's sitting there now, so I just didn't know.
I thought we had decided to pull the trash can, but you're right, it has been sitting there, but it has not been overflowing since pretty much July 4th. So who was going to pick up that trash can?
Yeah, so Public Works picks those up and such. They just got the new shipment. Old Webster and Old Orchard had ordered some new ones, so they're going to take them out and then do a pickup of all the ones that are on the list to pick up rather than making individual runs. So
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so for the next thing is set the meeting schedule. So then we will have, and you can check me on this, Fran, meetings on the 21st, of September, the 19th of October, and the 16th of November. Does that look correct?
Is that the list I sent you?
Yeah.
Yes.
That is correct.
And then we will not have a meeting in December, and then we'll reconvene in January. Does that sound good with everybody?
Sounds good.
Okay,
Okay,
All right.
awesome. Does anybody want to, any other things anybody needs to bring up?
I just wanted to make sure that we got no complaints about the pickleball parking on the private lot across the street.
We had no issues over here. I was in doing some lab work that morning. Everything went just fine.
Okay, because I know we made it a point of telling people not to park over there, but we didn't get
Right.
everybody.
Right. But I don't believe there were any problems over on that lot. And on this lot here, there were plenty of spaces. People were getting in and out easily. It was going just fine.
Good,
Which is
good.
fine. Yep. So,
And if anyone does hear, we haven't had any resident complaints or neighbor complaints, so I want to thank Chris and his team for walking the doors and talking to residents, obviously, but if there is any, let us know. We can help mediate that as well, so.
okay. Anything else from anyone?
No.
All right, then. Who would like to motion to adjourn?
I can do that. Allison motions to adjourn.
And anybody to second? And Chris seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed, say nay. Okay, the ayes have it. All
See you
right, sorry about the computer glitch, everybody, but thanks for being patient.
See you all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.